All right, everybody. Welcome back to One Thing for Certain. As always, I'm LA.
I'm Hollis.
So first of all, hope everybody's doing well. Real quick, I know a lot of people have asked. So next week the book should be finished. Actually, I was just texting with the project manager before we even started doing the video. So I will definitely have a date for the book launch. Believe it or not, man, I already got two set. Like I got two houses that are going to be hosting like a book party.
Okay.
So the way that works apparently is I didn't even know is I'll get there, all the people in the room will have the book, and we'll discuss certain chapters.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. So right now it's already two houses that I'm supposed to go to once the book is out. And of course we're gonna do one here, right?
Absolutely.
And then of course we're gonna have the big launch party. You better make sure you're there about it.
You know it.
My project manager is actually flying in from Texas, so it's gonna be a really cool night. I got a major announcement to make that night. I'm actually gonna wait till that night. So if we're friends,
You love surprises. Man.
yeah, I love surprises. So if we're friends, you probably want to be there that night because I got a whopper of an announcement I'm gonna be making. So, but I'm really excited about it coming out, man. What's been going on with you, man?
Just living, man. That's it. Had family down this weekend. Spent time with my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephews.
So life been life.
Man, you know it. That's what it does. It don't stop.
Somebody said that the other day. And I thought about you saying that. I said, man, what's going on? Why am I hearing that all of a sudden? Life been life.
That's it, man.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It does not stop.
I got a lot going on, man. I'm getting the keys to my new place. I forgot to tell you, I get the keys to my new place tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow as well.
Okay.
I'm going to be doing some furniture shopping. So you ain't got to help me move because I got new stuff being delivered.
Hey, you know I got your back.
I got to figure out what to do with my Planet Fitness. I got a membership to Planet Fitness, right? But the place I'm moving to got a nice gym, man.
Okay.
Like everything you would want in there. 24-hour access.
So Planet Fitness is with a year-long contract?
Yeah. So I might just tough it out, but it's going to be very tempting because when you get up at 4 in the morning, and you don't have to, because I can just go to work and then just come home,
And work
change,
out
and then go work out.
Yeah,
I'm done.
yeah.
So, but yes, I'll figure it all out. But yeah, I'll get the keys tomorrow. Can't wait. I'm excited. It's very nice, right in the Bride Creek area. So,
Okay.
you know, kind of pricey out there, but
But a nice area.
yeah, but a nice area. So that's all good. So listen, tonight we got a very interesting topic. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. So I don't hate to surprise you.
Oh, here we go.
But we have some questions, just general questions from some subscribers. It's
Okay.
like it's just a couple of them.
Here we go.
And I told the subscriber that we would answer them on our next video.
Let's go.
So the first question was, they said that they've heard me mention my ex-wife before. They asked me, were you married before?
No.
All right, there you go. So
Never been married.
you got that one. You got the answer for that one. Now, I remember this one because I laughed at the name. Hot in Bama, 19. I'm assuming she's from Alabama. Wanted to know how long we've known each other and what made us decide to start the channel.
Wow.
I had to think about that because we met in
2003? 2002, 2003?
Because I was still married when we met, and I didn't get divorced until 2003. So we met before then.
Before
so it had
then.
been 2002.
That's right.
You know something funny? I'm just telling you this for the first time, making a confession on camera.
Okay.
When we first started, remember when I'm not going to mention the name of the company, but me and Hollis met working for the same company. And
Yes.
we used to have our yearly meetings in Vegas.
Yes. Yeah, every year.
Every year. And for whatever reason, me and Hollis was always paired together. We get to Vegas. And I remember thinking, this guy don't drink. He's in the bed by 11 o'clock, and we in Vegas.
That's right. That's right.
I was like, I can't hang with this dude.
Man, that's right.
I'll be coming in when the sun coming up. This dude, like, getting up, refreshed, no slept all night.
That's right. That's right.
But no, man, so that goes to show you, man, opposites can attract. Because we became very good friends.
Yes, sir.
Even though I never could figure out how this guy would be in the bed by 11 o'clock in Vegas.
Man, I've been focused, especially work-wise, man.
Yeah.
I've been locked in for a long time, bro. So, yeah, I had it going on, focus.
Oh, yeah, you definitely was focused, man. I should have been like that. Because I was like, I used to be struggling in those meetings, man. The next morning. So
Everybody was struggling in those
Oh,
meetings.
man, who you telling? And then as far as what made us decide to start the channel? Actually, we were talking about writing a book together, and I came over here, and next thing you know, the idea of doing a channel just came up.
That's right.
So that's how that got started. Hot in Bama 19.
Hot in Bama.
Again, I'm gonna assume you from Alabama.
Hey.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh wow!
But yeah, but it's pretty cool though, because again, that shows you the outreach of our audience. Because I don't know anybody from Alabama. Well, we do now. But that just goes to show you the outreach of our audience. I was talking to the project manager for my book, and she wanted a link to the channel, and she was so impressed with what we were doing. And she said, how do you guys do it? And I said, it's basically just word of mouth. I guess if you put good content out, people talk about it. So I think that's where we're at. And we've discussed some other options as far as marketing, but we haven't decided on anything. But right now, we just appreciate the love that you guys show.
100%.
The messages, the questions, and we're glad we can help. But again, it was just a couple of questions. I didn't want to throw y'all off. I forgot that somebody asked, like, can you answer a couple of random questions? I said, yeah, no problem. So just wanted to get that out there. Now, on to tonight's topic.
Let's go.
So a friend of mine, he's a subscriber as well, but he's a really good friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. He asked a question, and he wanted me and Hollis to answer this. Does today's woman want to be married or want to be a wife? Which one is she more interested in being? Now, you might be out there thinking, well, is it married and being a wife the same thing? No, it's not.
Definitely not.
Hollis, I'll let you start with that one.
First off, I want to say, I think there are a tremendous amount of women that want to be a wife and married. So if that's you, step to the side. We're not talking about you.
We're not talking about you. We don't want nobody looking at the video right now talking about, I don't know who y'all. We're not talking about you.
But from my experience, I can say I think a lot of women, they want to be married. They want the lifestyle that they assume comes with marriage. You know, marrying a provider, having an easier life, the vacations, the house, you know, with the picket fence, you know, all those things, the vacations twice a year, the kids in private school, all the high-end items that come with certain marriages.
Yeah. So you're right. You do have relationships like that where they're more interested in the lifestyle.
Yes.
And they don't focus on what comes with it as far as being in a marriage.
That's right.
So,
because most have never seen it. I mean, let's be honest. Our community, there aren't a ton of local examples of solid marriages. There are some, but that's not the norm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I was in a relationship a few years ago, and I remember telling her, I'll never forget the conversation we had. And all she would talk about was getting married. And I told her, I said, you know, I don't really think you want to be married. I think you're in love with the ideal of being married. That's a totally different thing.
Absolutely.
And she's like, no, I want to be married. I was like, no, I don't think so. And it was funny because we ended, you know, not right away, but we ended up breaking up a couple of months later. A few months down the road, she started dating this guy.
Oh.
Now, me and her stayed friends. Yeah, like I always say, I'm for whatever reason, I still stay friends with, you know, maybe I just got that personality, I guess. So she reached out to me for some advice because they were going to get married. And I told her, I said, look, you don't want to marry this guy. It's the same thing I told you when we were together.
You just want to be married.
I said, you in love with the idea of being married. And I said, I'm not just saying this because you my ex and it's like, oh, he wants to get back with me, so he's giving me this. No, I'm telling you because I know from dealing with you, you don't really want to be married. So she ended up marrying this guy anyway.
Ooh.
Guess how long it was before they got an annulment? And keep in mind,
annulment.
Oh. There you go.
3 months.
I think it was maybe like 4.
Ooh.
And she messaged me and she said, I know you're going to say, I told you so. No, I'm not going to say that.
Ooh.
But I knew. I said, even when we were together, I tried to tell you, you didn't want to be married. And that's how it is now. You got, and honestly, let's be honest, it's not even just, you got some guys that are like that.
Yeah.
They're not interested in being married. They're in love with the ideal of being married. Because, you know, there's a chapter in my book where I wrote about what it takes to be in a relationship. It's like a job that you don't clock out from. It's not 9 to 5. It is 24/7. And if you're not willing to put in the work, don't waste your time with it.
Absolutely. For better or for worse.
Believe me, I'm telling you right now, I've given that advice out more times than I can count. It is a 24/7 job. And if you're not willing to put the work in, don't waste your time. Because there's a lot of hard work. And we Hollis said it before, it's more to relationships than love.
Mm-hmm.
Love is just a part of it. It's a lot of work that comes into being in a relationship. And you got to be willing to put that work in. You got to be able to make sacrifices. You got to be able to commit to each other and everything else. And if you ain't willing to do that, don't waste each other's time.
Don't do it. Most people go to a job they hate every day, and they still go because they know they need that paycheck.
Exactly.
So if you can't be committed to your marriage through the good times and bad times, anybody can stay somewhere when it's great and everything's going well, but it takes a committed heart to stay somewhere that they can know the struggles coming and still stay true.
Exactly.
That's the key.
And that's the problem now. You get these relationships where, because if you think about it, and this is for anybody listening, if you think about it, think back in the day. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, my parents. My mom and dad been married for 58 years.
Oh, wow. It's a blessing.
I mean, nowadays you get marriages that, just like my friend I was just talking about, that marriage was 4 months. It's like now these relationships now, there's no commitment. There's no, it's no compromise. It's no give and take. It's their way, or if it's not their way, then they don't want to be in it anymore. And they walk away.
That's right. Because it's not the person that they want. It's not a marriage. And for those of you that are religious, there's more than just what I want that goes into a marriage. If you're not willing to take it to that level, stay single.
Yeah.
Stay single.
And to, again, it's couples out there that they understand. They what's that saying they say now? They understand the assignment. I mean, I'm just trying to put it in terms that you'll understand.
Facts.
They understand the assignment.
Mm-hmm.
So for you just watching this out of entertainment. You're not going to learn anything. We're not going to tell you anything you don't know. But for these other couples or these single individuals that are looking for that other person, again, marriage is hard work. Believe me, Hollis, we answered the question earlier. Hollis has never been married. I've been married. Let me tell you something. It is hard work. Because listen, when you get married, when you meet that person and y'all in love and everything is hunky-dory, then you walk that aisle and you say, I do, that's when the real game begins. Let me tell you something. Because it was yours is no longer yours.
It's ours.
It's ours. Let me tell you something. So, listen, man. I remember, and I'm a little embarrassed to tell this story, but I think I was married maybe like 6 months, I guess. Went out to a friend's house. And she went with me. My ex-wife was with me. We went out, we were playing spades and hanging out and whatever. So it was getting late, and she was never one to hang out late. So she was like, "Oh, I'm going home." That's okay. I'll be home soon. Well, okay.
Oh, here we go.
Man, I got home about 4 a.m, and I couldn't even get in the house because I was so drunk I couldn't get the key in the door. So she finally let me in the house, but then she went in the bedroom and locked the door. I had to sleep on the couch.
Oh, wow.
So the next morning, she comes out the bedroom and give me the phone. It's my mom. And my mom laid into me.
She called your mom on you.
Oh, yeah, she called my mom on me.
Low blow.
Yeah. But here's the thing I make fun of it now, but here's what I realized from that conversation that I had with my mom, which I shouldn't have had to have with my mom. I should have known this as a man. And my mom said, she's like, you are a married man now. What you did before you got married, you can't do anymore.
Facts.
Now, again, I should not have needed my mom to tell me that. And needless to say, I did not do that anymore.
Makes sense.
But again, man, it was certain things that I realized in that marriage that I had to make sacrifices. I had to make a commitment. I had to commit to changing and doing what I needed to do in order to make that marriage work. Because there were certain things I gave up during that marriage that I had did for a long time. But I had to ask myself, is this more, do I love this more than I love my wife? And the answer is always no. The answer should always be no.
Should be.
So, yeah, in that regard, I made a lot of changes that I needed to make. And that's another thing, too. it's times that you got to be able to say, okay, am I willing to do this differently in order to make this work? Mm-hmm. And you got to, you got to give the person an opportunity. You can't just be one of these. And I see relationships like that. Oh, you're not doing this. Give them time. Give them time. That's how it works. Because again, relationships and marriage are jobs.
But that comes. You gotta accept people.
Got to accept people.
If you marry somebody and they never change, you should have been okay with who they were day one.
Yeah. I had a younger cousin. I had a conversation with him one time. And I said, let me tell you, they were complaining. She was complaining about her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. I said, let me tell you something. She was upset about something he was doing. Okay. Now, keep in mind, she's a relative, so I already knew their history. Okay. And I was caught off guard because I'm thinking to myself, but he's always done that. Why is it a problem now? Mm-hmm. And I'm just using this as an analogy here. You can't date a crackhead and get married, and then after a couple of years say, I don't want to be married to him because he's a crackhead. Well, you knew that when you married him. Why is it a problem now? People do that all the time.
All the time.
You, like Hollis just said, you got to be able to accept people as they are. Okay? You can't, like I said, you can't marry a crackhead and then all of a sudden after 2 years of marriage, like, well, I can't deal with him smoking crack. You knew he was smoking crack when you married him. So why is it a problem now?
Pookie need love.
Yeah. Why is it a problem now?
That's right.
So think about that. But again, in this day and age, it's so easy to just run away from adversity and not try to figure things out.
And be honest with yourself. Do you want the marriage or do you want the lifestyle?
The lifestyle. There's a difference.
A huge difference. Because if you get married for the lifestyle, what happens when you don't get that lifestyle? Do you try to trade your spouse in for someone else?
And let me tell you something. Getting married for the lifestyle doesn't work. Trust me. Do you guys remember the episode we did about the young lady that divorced her husband because of his, tiny sausage? Okay, she married this guy for the lifestyle.
Pig in a blanket?
Yeah, pig in a blanket. But she married this guy for the lifestyle. And look how that marriage ended up. Mm-hmm. She divorced that guy because she didn't love him.
She did not.
She married the guy for the lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So keep in mind. So yeah, there's a difference between just wanting to be married and wanting to be a wife or a husband. Let's eliminate the wife or being a husband. Because both titles are the same. Husband and wife, you both got an obligation to that title.
That's right. Different job description, but same company.
Same company. There you go. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, man, I hope that gives you what you wanted to know. And if not, reach back out to me. Which I'm pretty sure he will because he normally messages me like right after every video. He's pretty cool with that.
Okay.
So again, everybody want to say thank you for all the support. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. Again, I'll know the release date for the book and the launch party. The launch party is going to be pretty big. I was planning on having it at like a restaurant, but if so many people said they were going to be there, I don't know if that's going to work.
So if the restaurant's not big enough, well, house is big enough.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to figure something out. I think that's why I got different people having different things at their house.
Okay.
Which I'm fine with going to different houses because it's my book. I got to promote it. But I'm just saying for the launch thing with the cake and, the balloons or whatever, I talked to a restaurant today and I said, I'm thinking of maybe like 30 people.
Okay.
So, I don't know. But, it's a really big night for me. So, I'm hoping everybody that's committing to come because it's going to mean a lot to me. So, like I said, I know you're going to be there.
You know that. In the building. You know it.
So, everybody, again, thanks for the support. Because, like I said, even my project manager surprised that with no marketing or whatever, we've grown this thing to almost 9,000 subscribers with basically just word of mouth. And so we're going to keep the content coming. We're going to grow and do different things. But again, can't do it without you guys. So again, thanks for the support. And until next week, peace.
Peace.